Local range test of the Motorola GP340Ex. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So, finally got about to doing the range testing on this Motorola GP340Ex 1 watt EX 8X radio. It did come with a speaker mic, but I took that off for the purposes of this test, because I'm just going to use it as handheld. It doesn't have a cover to put across that, which is a bit annoying. So, reprogrammed to 70 sems. Got a charger for it, so I can actually do this now. And I'm doing this on a day when I can't work, because I don't have a car at the moment, so that I can use for work. I do have a courtesy car, but, you know, can't really use that. So I'm just going to check the frequencies are clear before I begin. We're on 433-400. So I'll just press and hold that. Is this frequency in use, please? Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform asking. Is this frequency in use, please? Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform asking. Nothing heard on the frequency. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform. We'll be using this frequency just for some testing of a radio. Right, that just confirms there's nobody there. 1 watt anyway. It's not that powerful. I'll have to put my house keys in my pocket because they are in my hand at the moment, and I'll put them in there because the key for the courtesy car's in there as well, in that pocket. So the subject matter is this: the receiver's my 991A, connected to copper tape antenna for PMR 446, which is about close enough. It's not the best test in the world, but it is what it is. It's what I can do in the situation I've got. If I had a bigger antenna up, I would have probably used that, but I don't have something like that up at the moment. I do have something like that I cobbled together, but it's not up in the air at the moment. So we're going to do what I normally do with, well, what I did in the last video with the P&I PMR 40 Pros. I'm going to go down to the bottom of this road and through the woods, and this might fare a little better because it's a watt. But then again, it might not fare that well because the antenna is, in fact, a bit of a compromise. But we'll see what happens, as the main objective is to use the trees of the woods to test and see what happens. Because this is about twice the power, but that doesn't mean twice the range of a PMR 446. Right, so we're at the first check-in. And we already know the frequency's clear at the moment, so I'm going to check in here. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, testing out a Motorola GP340Ex between home and some certain points at the site of where the phone box used to be on Ain Road, Catterick Garrison, 123455431. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, testing out a Motorola GP340Ex between home and some certain points at the site of where the phone box used to be on Ain Road, Catterick Garrison, 123455431. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform. And hopefully that's come out. Okay, I've got a notification through, so there must be data on the SIM card that's in this, which I didn't think there was. It's a Tesco mobile SIM I've put into this that was in it anyway, but alongside the EE SIM, which has found a new home in my Google Pixel 8a, which I've recently got, which I got before all this absolute carnage with my car occurred. So I'll just check. Oh, I can smell barbecue, very nice. It's a nice day for barbecues, but hey, I don't have any meat to barbecue. I'm having pasta for my tea tonight when I get back. Tuna pasta, topped with quite a lot of mozzarella cheese, because that's how I like to do it. Because I have a like of mozzarella cheese. There was a cat down there. I would film said cat, but the camera's facing the wrong way, so cat won't be on film. Because videos should have kiddies. It should be the law that all YouTube videos have kiddies on them. Right, so we're at the bottom of the street. Because I'm using the handbands, I do have to be a little bit more specific, I think. Okay, Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, testing the Motorola GP340Ex. I'm at the bottom of Ain Road in Catterick Garrison. This is a test of the Motorola GP340Ex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's being received back at base. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Okay, Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, testing the Motorola GP340Ex. I'm at the bottom of Ain Road in Catterick Garrison. This is a test of the Motorola GP340Ex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's being received back at base. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Yeah. Don't have to give my call sign that often, but just has to be at least, well, it's not official in the rules anymore, but at least every 15 minutes. I think it is, or is it 10? It's one of the two. I can never remember. And I've not turned this radio off because it's got a full battery. It just came straight off the charger. And it's not really had much airtime. Okay, so we'll do another one here. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, testing the Motorola GP340Ex. I'm behind the houses at the bottom of Ain Road, looking onto Somerset Close and Lincoln Close. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, testing the Motorola GP340Ex. I'm behind the houses at the bottom of Ain Road, looking onto Somerset Close and Lincoln Close. Test 1, 2, 3. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Right. Now, I think when I came down here with the PNI PMR 40 Pros, I didn't turn them back on at that junction, or the one I was using anyway, back on at that junction. And that junction is Lincoln Close and Somerset Close. So it's exactly the same way as I came before with those radios. They're just obviously on a different frequency and a different band. And we're using a different radio to receive at the other end. And the luxury of that radio, it has a it has a better S-meter and also has a waterfall display, which I do like. It's not the best waterfall display, but it is one I do like. I mean, I could use the SDR for this, but that would have took some time to set up, so I just used the 991A because I could just plug it into the power supply and switch it on and we were good to go. Ooh, the bicycle just come behind me, so I better just move out of the way. Right, so we'll test it here. I could sign stroke mobile, but I'm not going to do that. Because I technically am mobile, but I don't necessarily need to do that. There's no requirement that I do that. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, testing Motorola GP340Ex. I'm at the junction of Lincoln Close and Somerset Close in Catterick Garrison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, testing Motorola GP340Ex. I'm at the junction of Lincoln Close and Somerset Close in Catterick Garrison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Right, so follow it down again to the woods. Try not to get run over by this car. There we go. And then we're next going through the woods. Very similar test to what I've done, just again obviously on a different frequency. Now this does have a repeater programmed into it, a GB3HJ, and I tested that at a Thirsk car boot sale a few weeks ago because I was a bit close to that repeater. It opened it from there, which is actually quite surprising because there's only a watt, because that's all this radio can do for it because of what it's approved for, using explosive environments. That's what the EX bit's for. You can get the normal Motorola GP340s in various flavours. I think you can get this in various flavours as well, like ones for 2 meters, these 70cm ones. I think you can get them for for other bands as well, but I'm not actually 100% sure which bands Motorola offer these for, or offered them, because they're discontinued. They use them ATAX versions of their Moto Turbo radios instead these days. For business markets, these are just ending up on the used market because they're going surplus. Like this one. Didn't come with a charger or anything, just came with a grubby speaker mic, which I've cleaned up, and the radio itself was grubby, so it was obviously in a dusty environment. Anyway, let's do another test from in here. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Testing the Motorola GP340Ex. I'm in the woods, just as I entered them at Somerset Close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's in Catterick Garrison. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Testing the Motorola GP340Ex. I'm in the woods, just as I entered them. Somerset Close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's in Catterick Garrison. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Yeah, I don't expect the signal to get too far in here. And, oh, the sun's gone in now as well. That's actually quite nice. Now, had I had my car back yesterday afternoon, I'd probably be working today, but that didn't happen, so I'm not working. So I might as well just do the content that I need to do for the YouTube channel that I haven't actually finished off, and a few other things as well. Right, so I was trying to do it at bits close to where I did the PNI R40 Pro. The antenna's a little higher up for this as well, because I never took that antenna down. So let's try here. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Testing the Motorola GP340Ex radio. I'm in woods in Catterick Garrison between Somerset Close and Essex Close. So this is a test of the Motorola GP340Ex back to my home base, which is an Yaesu FT-991A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Testing the Motorola GP340Ex radio. I'm in woods in Catterick Garrison between Somerset Close and Essex Close. So this is a test of the Motorola GP340Ex back to my home base, which is an Yaesu FT-991A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Definitely sun gone in now. As long as it doesn't rain, I'm alright. So just passing where that little stream is, we're now deep in the woods in the trees. Let's try from here. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. I'm testing a Motorola GP340Ex for range. I'm in the middle of woodland in Catterick Garrison. I'm following a path down towards Hipswell Road West. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. I'm testing a Motorola GP340Ex for range. I'm in the middle of woodland in Catterick Garrison. I'm following a path down towards Hipswell Road West. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. None of my friends have a ham licence, or my family for that matter. I'm the only one in the family that's licensed. I mean, I could try and convince other people I know to get the foundation at the very least, because that's the easiest one to get. But if they don't want to, they don't want to. That's fine. Shouldn't be far from the road now. We're just next to the stream. Try not to lose the dead cat microphone at the end there in the nettles again. That would be a bit embarrassing if the same thing happened twice. Let's go from here, because there's lots of trees here. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. I'm testing a Motorola GP340Ex for range. I'm in the middle of woodland in Catterick Garrison, near Somerset Close, Hipswell Road West, Essex Close, that sort of area. So test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. I'm testing the Motorola GP340Ex for range. I'm in the middle of woodland in Catterick Garrison, near Somerset Close, Hipswell Road West, Essex Close, that sort of area. So test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. There we go. Ooh, I can hear the road, so I'm not far from the road. Yeah, I can see the road now. And that's good. The camera's been rolling for about 14 minutes. Someone's been littering, by the looks of it, including with a coffee cup from a recently opened, well, when I say recently, it was Christmas last year-ish, opened coffee shop that I've only been to deliver food to the staff there. I've never been in it myself. I might do one day. Right, so we're just about to leave the woods, so I'll do another one here. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. I'm testing a Motorola GP340Ex for range in some woodland in Catterick Garrison. I'm not far from Hipswell Road West. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. I'm testing a Motorola GP340Ex for range in some woodland in Catterick Garrison. I'm not far from Hipswell Road West. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Right, and I'll do it at the bottom of the dip, and then I'll clear the frequency and get myself back up the hill and back off home and see if that came out. Obviously, it's all getting spliced into the video, so let's do the final test from here. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. This is the final test of the Motorola GP340Ex. It is at the bottom of Hipswell Road West dips, and we've got Ain Road at one side and Hipswell Road West continuing uphill at the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. I'm now clearing this frequency. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. This is the final test of the Motorola GP340Ex. It is at the bottom of Hipswell Road West dips, and got Ain Road at one side and Hipswell Road West continuing uphill at the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. I'm now clearing this frequency. Right, done. So let's see if it's all worked, because it might not have done. It worked for the PNI PMR 40 Pros on the second attempt. Doesn't necessarily mean it's worked for this on the first attempt, but we don't know yet. That's why I'm going to go home and I'm going to find out. So this video won't be as long as that video, and I've done other videos on this radio already, including one recently where I had to turn the lone worker mode off, which would have just beeped at me if I didn't, got the sun behind me, if I didn't interact with the radio after a set period of time, which is usually a couple of minutes, I think. It's designed to make sure that the person using the radio is okay, and if there's a problem it would probably go into transmit. So I've just got to pass all the blocks of flats. I can see my road end, then I'll go back up, have a look at how it's come out. I won't be able to put it together straight away because, oh, here comes the bus. It's actually quite surprising. Is it stopping here? Yes, it is. Didn't even realise it was time for the bus to come past. Apparently it comes past at 5:15. That's the bus to Colburn from Darlington. The Darlington buses run a bit more frequently than any other buses around here, which I don't know why that would be. Let's let all these people off the bus. can get myself home, I think. So I'm going to stop recording here and we'll see how that's come out. Right, I'm back at home now. I've had a look at the footage. It seems to have come out okay. So I'm going to properly cut that up and splice it into the video at the appropriate points, assuming that anything was received at the time, which it looks like there may have been. Bearing in mind I was using a bit of a compromise antenna, which is basically a copper tape antenna, which I actually cut for PMR 446. And it's on a double glazed window, which may also cause issues there. I mean, there was a suggestion by a viewer that I try that out again outside, although at the moment I've not been able to find the time to obviously take that off the window and then rebuild it to stick on the outside of the window, and that would also require me to use a window jumper, which I do have, but I'm not 100% certain where it is. I might have an idea where it is, but I'm not 100% certain. So I hope this video was of some interest, and I'll catch you in the next one. So 7-3 for now.